This project I started with a 28 by 15 inch frame that I had picked up from Goodwill. I had actually picked two of them up. So I flipped it over, I took the paper backing off, I took all the clips out, and then I took the cardboard and the glass out of the frame. Then I took Elmer's glue and put it around the perimeter of the back of the frame where the glass sits. Then I replaced the glass and once again took Elmer's glue and put it around the perimeter of the back of the frame, this time on top of the glass. And this serves two purposes. It helps to hold the glass in place and it helps to prevent resin leaks. The glue needs to dry for 24 hours, sometimes longer, depending on how much glue you use. Now, it's in your best interest to paint the frame before you attach the glass, but in this case, I didn't, so I had to use painter's tape before I painted it. And then right after that, I just started removing the painter's tape, cleaning up the glass, and laying out my project. For this, I went on to Free Clip Art and I printed out a pumpkin that I had used before, and also I traced out a cat that I liked. And I taped this to the very back of the glass. You'll also notice that I'm putting blue painter's tape around the back of the perimeter, and this is also to prevent resin leaks. I took clear Elmer's glue and I traced around the pumpkin, and I also traced the face of the pumpkin with the clear Elmer's glue. Then I took green 4mm crystals on a roll and I put those around the perimeter where I had just put the glue. And then I took 4mm black crystals and I took those and I put them around where I drew the face. Now these chains do have to be cut. You can't use one continuous chain when you're making bends in them like that. They just don't bend like that. So you have to have a pretty sturdy scissors, and you can see the one that I have there. It's a heavy duty scissors, and I'll go ahead and link it in the description. I'm pretty sure I bought that on Amazon. And then when I was done with that, I took the clear Elmer's glue again and I went around the perimeter of the cat. And again, I took the 4mm crystals and I just traced all the way around it. Next, you'll see me putting the black crystals around the eyes, but I do end up taking them off because those are way too big. And then I take the Elmer's glue again and I go over the whiskers and I take 2mm clear crystals and I use those to put on the whiskers. All these different items that I'm using in this project I will link in my description. Most everything was bought on Amazon and some from Michael's craft store. Next, I laid out the spider web at the very top of the project. And after I did that, what I did was I kind of just pushed the rhinestone chains to the side and drew the line of clear Elmer's glue where I wanted it to go. I felt that was easier than drawing it first and having to move everything around. I thought that worked out really well. And then I went ahead and put the spider at the very bottom of the spider web, and I just took, again, the black 4mm crystal rhinestones and made a big circle with it. And I took this Ashland decorative filler. It's black, tiny, shiny pieces of glass that is only out for Halloween, and I filled in the body of the spider and also the cat. And then I had a necklace, and I took some little charms off the necklace to make the eyes and the nose. So I put the legs on the spider, and then I took two little pieces of jewelry that I had from a bracelet and I made the eyes for the spider, and I painted the little gem that I had for the nose kind of a red color, the same color as the frame. And I took a little bit of the clear Elmer's glue and put that around the pupil of the eye and filled it in with some white beads just so that everything was nice and secure. And of course, then I finished putting all the black glass in. All the jewelry I use in my videos is jewelry that I pick up at garage sales and thrift stores. I'll even sometimes buy broken jewelry because I know I can use the different beads or whatever's in them for a project. And to make the orange glass for the pumpkin, I took Ashland decorative filler that I got from Michael's. It's a chunky reflective glass. And I took TAMIYA translucent orange spray paint and sprayed the glass with it. Now you can also use the Krylon stained glass translucent spray paint, the color tangerine orange. And then I just went ahead and filled in all around the pumpkin. Next, I was ready for the resin. The resin I'm using for this project is art resin. I did mix it up off camera. When I first start pouring the resin, I pour it over all of the glass first just to make sure it's covered real well. And with this particular project, I was trying not to get the resin on top of the rhinestones because I found out with my last project that it does take away the sparkly qualities of the rhinestones. So I tried to just drizzle the resin around it. And I used the little kitchen torch to get rid of the bubbles and just made sure it got into all the corners and edges and everywhere it needed to be. Used a little baby wipe to wipe it all up, anything that dripped onto the frame. And lastly, I took this product called Diamond Dust. It's little tiny shards of sparkly glass, and I sprinkled it all over the glass, the black glass, the pumpkin, everywhere. So that black glass that I'm using is very shiny glass, but it is not sparkly. So this really helps to create a little bit of a sparkle. When it's done, it has to sit on a level flat surface overnight, probably about 12 hours before you can touch it. It takes a full 72 hours to cure at temperatures between 72 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Best interest to cover it with a dust cover. Hi everyone, last Halloween project. As you know, I like cats, so I love the way the kitty turned out. I don't know if you can see it, but I put that diamond dust on this cat and on the spider, and it is so sparkly. This is his reflective glass, so it's kind of sparkly anyway, but the glass was, the black glass was just shiny glass, so it really didn't sparkle, but that diamond dust really adds to it and makes it sparkle. I hope you can see it. I'm looking in the camera and I don't see it, but when I look at it this way, I can. Anyway, after the camera went out, I put some of this green glass down at the bottom because I thought it just needed something else. So this is, like I said, this is the last Halloween one. I do have a couple pumpkins, but they're not really Halloween pumpkins, you know, with the faces on it. They're kind of fall pumpkins, I guess. And then I have some, I already did two Christmas ones. So those videos will be coming out soon too. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That helps the channel. If you want to be notified when the other videos come out, subscribe and you'll be notified. And I love to see what you guys are working on. My email's under my about information. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for watching.